Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Mielke, one of the instructors at Wisconsin Virtual Learning. The purpose of this video is to let my 7th and 8th grade language arts and social studies students know how to be successful in my courses. So for the bulk of this time together, I'm just going to be showing you through my screen what you need to click on and where you need to find things. If you have further questions, please always reach out and let me know so that I can help you. So this is a look at my dashboard. When I log into Canvas, this is what I see. I'm going to scroll down to get to my language arts and social studies classes, which I don't have published yet because I need to get this video in. So I'm going to use Language Arts 7 today as my model course, but all of my courses run pretty much the same. So it doesn't matter if you have me for Geography and Language Arts 7, or if you have me for US History and Language Arts 8. They all run basically the same. So you only need to watch the video once, and then you're good to go. So once you know what course you want to work in, you just go ahead and click on the course, and that will open up the course homepage. So what you'll see here is my course homepage for Language Arts 7. Now I'm going to switch over to what's called Student View so that it looks similar to what you actually see. When I have it in my own view, then you see a lot more things. So this is the Language Arts 7 homepage. You also have announcements, modules, grades, conferences, and Google Drive. So on the homepage, what you're going to see is just a little paragraph of what's involved in Language Arts 7. And then you see my contact information. And then the button for this video will be right here under Course Overview. You have a link to a deadlines sheet. It tells you why we have deadlines even in a virtual school. And then you have one for a syllabus. So when you have some time, go ahead and click on that and take a look at the syllabus. So that's the home page, and they all look relatively the same. Now I'm going to scroll back up, and I'm going to move my screen over again. The announcements are simply that, things that I need to tell you. So what I have in there right now is just a welcome to Language Arts 7 announcement, but if I need to cancel class or anything like that, I usually will put up an announcement so that you know what's happening. The Modules tab is where you're going to spend the bulk of your time. That's where you're going to find all of your lessons, assignments, everything. So I start out with a Getting to Know You module, and you just open up the page, and it simply says, Welcome to Language Arts 7. I'm glad you are with me on this journey. To begin, I'd like to get to know you better. Please take some time to fill out the reading inventory. This will be your first assignment for the year. And then a little bit further off to the side here, there is a next button. I'm not sure you can see it. It might actually be hidden behind my picture right now. But you click the next button, and that actually takes you to a quiz. Now, it's only called a quiz because there's no other way for me to put it in. So you open up the quiz, and you go ahead and you answer all of the questions. And these are all questions that you have to write out sentences for. So you put your cursor in there, you go ahead and answer it. I believe there are 12 of them for this one. And when you're done, you go ahead and you click the Submit Quiz button, which is hidden behind my picture right now, but it's at the bottom. So when you're done with the quiz, you just click Submit Quiz. Now, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to actually click back on the Modules tab and take us back in here where you'll find your first unit also. I have an overview, and then it goes right into Unit 1, Lesson 1. I'm going to go ahead and open that up so that you can see what a lesson looks like. This one is the introduction to the short story, and then you're going to read the short story, Ricky Tikki Tavi. I give you your learning targets, and then it goes right into the lesson. Now you might be thinking, oh my gosh, Mrs. Mielke, how am I going to get all of this done? Well, a lot of it is just information for you, but there's also some reading to do and some ungraded work. Like you'll see here, I have a link to the key for this particular assignment. So it's stuff that I'm not grading, but it helps prepare you for your quizzes and tests. Now, like I was saying, they look really long, but that's because you only have 2 lessons to do per week, and there's still 5 days of school. So you're going to split that up however you see fit in whatever works into your schedule to get all of the work for language arts done for the whole week. So I'm going to click back to the Modules tab, And I'm just going to show you the difference between a quiz and an assignment. So a quiz has a little rocket next to it, and you'll see it's also indented to let you know it's something that you need to turn in to me. The ones along the margin are the lessons that you have to do. But this one looks different. This is an assignment. So for this one, you're going to actually fill out a fictional narrative graphic organizer, which you'll find in the lesson. You're going to fill that out, and when you're all done, you're going to open up the Dropbox for that, and you're going to go ahead and submit it. So we're going to pretend that we're all done, and you're going to go ahead and click Submit Assignment, but then you have to find where it is. So if you saved it on your computer, you're going to choose a file. If you did it in Google Drive, you can copy and paste the website URL here, or there's actually a link to your Google Drive. That will not work right now while I'm masquerading as a student, but it should work for you during the regular year. So I'm going to pretend the website URL, copy and paste it in there, and click Submit Assignment. So those are basically what you're going to be using as you work your way through the year. The courses are mostly based on quizzes and assignments that you have to turn in. Now I'm going to show you the next tab, which you can see here is the grades tab, and that's where you find your specific grade book. So everything in here is by date. So your reading inventory is due on the 1st, your Unit 1 Lessons 1 and 2 quizzes due on the 8th, your Lessons 3 and 4 quizzes due the 15th, you can see all of that. If there's a dash here like there is right now, that means nothing is submitted for me to grade. Once you have submitted it, then that'll turn to an icon. It'll either turn to a link or a document, and it lets you know that it's turned in. It's just waiting for me to grade it. And then once it turns to a number, that means that it is completely ready to go. Now you might notice that reading inventory is a formative assessment. The quiz is a formative, all these are formative, but oops, here we get something called a summative assessment. This is something new for this year. Unless you have an older sibling that was with WVL last year, you might not know anything about this. Formative assessments are things that you do to prepare yourself for summative assessments. So your formative assessments are not going to be worth as much as your summative assessments. So if we take a look over here, all of your formative assessments are going to be worth 30% of your grade. Your summative assessments are going to be worth 70% of your grade. That equals your 100%. So you're going to want to make sure that you really spend time on the summative assessments because they're graded much heavier than the formatives are. Now, if you're in 8th grade, your formative assessments are only going to be worth 20% of your grade. Your summatives worth 80% to give you your 100%. This is to help you get ready for high school. In high school, 10% of your formative is worth for part of your grade, and 90% of your grade is summative. So I'm trying to work my way up with you. So 7th graders, it's 70-30, 8th graders, it's 20-80, and then once you get into high school, it's 90-10. So if you have any questions on that throughout the year, please let me know. The next tab is the Conferences tab. Now, right now, we're not able to see anything here. I'm going to actually switch back over to my view rather than the student view so that you can see basically what it looks like. So this is where you're going to go for live class this year. So again, you are on the left-hand side, you've clicked on Conferences, and then you are going to click Join when it's time for class. You might remember Blackboard Collaborate from last year. This is a different system called Big Blue Button, but it runs almost exactly the same. So you'll have a couple new things in there to learn about, but for the most part, you will recognize what it is. All right, let's go back to Student View then. I'm going to get back to my home page. Actually, we don't need to, I don't think, because I can show you the calendar even from this page. So let's go ahead and click on the calendar. This is where you're going to find all of your assignment due dates. So if you're wondering what to work on each day, you want to take a look at the calendar. So I'm going to move over to September. And you can see here that on September 1st, you have a reading inventory due. And then on September 2nd, you should start working on Unit 1, Lesson 1. That will take you through the rest of the week. There's no school here because of Labor Day, So on Tuesday, you're going to start Unit 1, Lesson 2. If you get that done, your quiz is due. And then you're going to start Unit 1, Lesson 3. That'll take you through the end of the week. Now, most weeks, like we know, have 5 days, so that's why you'll see the 2 lessons each week. And any stuff that's due is also on your calendar. But basically, you have 2 lessons each week. You can decide how to work it out to get it all done for the week. Just make sure that you have everything turned in by Sunday night at 6. So even though Unit 1, Lesson 1, the reading inventory was due September 1st, even though it was due on Tuesday, as long as you have it in by Sunday night at 6, you're fine. Here you'll see a Unit 1, Lessons 1 and 2 quizzes due the 8th. As long as you have it in by Sunday night, the 13th at 6 o'clock, you're good to go. The only other thing in Canvas that I wanted to show you was the inbox. And this is pretty simple. It's just an internal email system. And what you'll see is when you need to get a hold of me, you click this button here to compose a new message. You select the course. So we've been using Language Arts 7. Let's just continue to use that. So you choose Language Arts 7. You put in my name. And it should pop up that you can choose me to talk to. Put in a subject line. And then write me an email. And once you're finished with that, then you go ahead and click the send button, and it's just an internal email that I can reply to you from here. You can also use your school email that you were given. It really makes no difference. So let's just go back. I'm going to cancel that out. Let's just go back to Language Arts 7. Actually, I should show you what I just clicked on, just so you can see. If you click courses, all of them will come up here for you. We were working in Language Arts 7. And I'm going to click to student view just to make sure. Yep, we've hit everything. Announcements, modules, grades, conferences, Google Drive. So I think you are all set to go. Like I said, if you ever have any questions throughout this year, please let me know. You can actually, I should probably show you on the home page here how to get a hold of me. I only have a couple of minutes left for my video and I'm going to run out of time. So you can call me, but you need to leave a message here because I'm not in the office every day. And then I'll call you back via Google Voice. That could be interesting because when you use Google Voice, it doesn't always come up with where you actually are. So it might say that I'm calling you from Los Angeles, California, or Nevada, or Wyoming or something, but I'm right here in Wisconsin. It just assigned me a number. So I will always call you back via that. You can use Canvas email to get a hold of me. Parents can use their family school email to contact me. Study hall will be the same as last year, Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 3:30. You're going to use the conferences link that's in the middle school resource room. Same thing for office hours, Tuesday and Thursday morning for me from 8 to 8:45 in the morning. And again, use that conferences link in the middle school resource room. And finally, your live class time is listed there, but it's different for each class. This one happens to be Language Arts 7. I'm actually just making this video, so this will go live. You have a deadlines thing to take a look at here. It's just a document to talk about why we have deadlines at WVL. And when you have time, take a look at the syllabus. So that's everything. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to a great school year.